Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Christine and I'm pleased to present my first ever Money Planets forecast for November 2023. This is a brand new offering for me. It represents the culmination of a huge transformation. This is the first time I've done anything like this, and so I'm sharing it with you in hopes that it helps bring you some peace of mind when it comes to money. We're going to be going through a lot of changes with Pluto and Aquarius. We're already seeing many of those get started. Many of you are going to become entrepreneurs. Whether you retire and become an entrepreneur or you find yourself just unable to work a regular full-time job, this information is designed to support you. Now, this is not a sign by sign forecast. This has nothing to do with astrological signs. It's broken down by planet. And so if you don't know your money planets, you can read my blog post on how to figure out what they are. I also just launched a service called Cosmic Cash Flow where you can have this done for you. It's affordable. And it's only based on the money planets and transits, and that we're talking about the current movement of the planets. Now, there may be more opportunities to increase your prosperity in your natal chart. This is just a general reading, and it relies upon you knowing what your money planets are. So again, please consider ordering my service for a reading or a couple of coaching sessions, and I'll teach you how to do it yourself. Please support my small business if you feel compelled to do so. Okay, so if Venus is one of your money planets, and also, by the way, you probably have more than one. I have 4 of them, maybe 5. It's just that one of them I don't notice does anything for me with money. Okay, so if Venus is one of your money planets, you may be feeling pinched right now financially. I know I have. Venus is one of my money planets. And I'm an Aries rising, and I've started, 15 years ago, I started studying astrology because I wanted to understand my own life experience. And naturally, I just started paying attention to the cycles. So Aries and Virgo don't go well together. Virgo is earth, and Aries is fire. We want to go, move forward. So there's kind of a clash for me. You may feel this way too if you're a fire sign or an Aries. But Venus is about love, money, beauty, harmony, what you value, the feminine. And Virgo is about purification, getting by with less, using up what you have, asceticism, doing without, clean, stripped down, brass tacks. And Venus and Virgo is from a feminine beauty standpoint can make you feel really ugly, but that's another video. Venus and Virgo is like no makeup. Basic clothes, basic clean clothes. There's just not a lot of embellishment. There's not a lot of extras. And don't do anything drastic like shave your head. This energy is going to pass. So Venus and Virgo, the sign of Virgo, have clashing energetic signatures. And so this makes it hard for Venus to help you attract abundance right now. It means there probably won't be much extra coming in. And how painful or frustrating this could be for you is on a spectrum, and it depends on your own birth chart. So as I mentioned, I have a hard time with Virgo energies, Virgo season generally, and Venus in Virgo, but my best friend is a Virgo, and I experience her as sarcastic in a good way, a fun way, telling it like it is. I mean, there's a lot of great things about Virgo people, especially my Virgo bestie. And I have no planets in earth signs, so it's extra hard for me to, plod along and take my time. So if you're an earth sign like Taurus or Capricorn, you might find it easier to wait this time out. But regardless, I just don't think the money flows with Venus and Virgo. And I'm kind of contradicting myself here, I realize. The money isn't going to flow during Venus and Virgo, but if you have money planet aspects, the money may show up later on. So if you're an air sign, same thing. Water will probably feel emotionally frustrated by the delays. Now, forewarned is forearmed. In the meantime, if Venus is not in a position to help you, look to your other money planets. So you're going to want to look at all of the forecasts for your money planets. So I also want to say, don't stop working on your projects. The best thing about astrology is that it always changes. The hard times never last. Keep moving forward, but when it comes to Venus, don't push. Don't use Martian energy unless you have a Mars money planet aspect. In that case, look to the Mars energy for manifestation. Now, just because these things are tough doesn't mean the money's not coming. It just may come later. It may manifest in a smaller amount or something smaller, and you might miss it if you're not paying attention. So this is such a strange juxtaposition with these money planets, is that even the hard aspects don't mean no. It just means there's going to be some kind of stress or an adjustment, or sometimes it'll just happen. It just look to the nature of the aspects between the planets. So fortunately for us, the planets do move on. Things should get better around November 8th because Venus moves into Libra. Venus rules Libra, so your money might manifest then. It's much easier for her to dispense abundance from her domicile. And Venus is more about receptivity and not pushing, like I mentioned. So you may just find things will kind of defrost and start to flow more easily, and you may not have to push. So you might start to notice things begin to flow better around the 6th of November. The deep freeze will melt and flow. You may feel lighter as well. Okay, so there is one other caveat here, and that is Libra is the 7th house in the original zodiac. And it's about partnership, and it's also about open enemies. So a lot of people miss this, I think, about Libra. We also have the South Node in Libra right now, and we just finished up Libra season, and I noticed a lot of heavy oppositional energy in Libra. Now, I also mentioned that I am an Aries rising, so this is in a sensitive place for me, but the North Node is where we're supposed to go. We're supposed to follow the North Node, which is about the individual. Many of us are being called to move away from old situationships that drain us. And I use the word drain specifically because the South Node is like a drain. And this is happening so that we can move forward on our own path to do the things we want to do. We're really not supposed to be making ourselves smaller for other people or sacrificing our wants and desires for someone else. So if you're doing these things, watch for things to go sour in your relationships, and that in turn is like a chain reaction, and it could change your money. So it's kind of like you get sick of your job and you quit, and that's going to make it harder in the short term to earn money. So many of us are being aligned to a path of sovereignty, and the transition can be frightening. If you don't know what you'd really like to do, be prepared to be given space to be alone so that you can become aware of what would really light you up. Again, painful in the short term. Some of you will know it's coming. You'll get a whiff of it. I'll talk about that a little more in the forecast, but the underlying purpose of these changes, they're beneficial. The I Ching has a line in Hex 24.4, Hex 24, line 4. And Hex 24 is about return. It's about being returned to yourself. And I've pulled this repeatedly in the last 2 months. Different lines from Hexagram 24. But 24.4 says, as the masses move on, you see a better path and return alone. This line describes perfectly the way I experience the nodes on the 1st and 7th house axis. It's time to leave those old situations and relationships and go do what you really want to do. All right, so here's a list of the aspects Venus makes to the other planets in November. On November 3rd, Venus will be opposite Neptune, and this is money with a lack of clarity. Now, it's a money Day for you if Venus and Neptune are both of your money planets. If both of them are your money planets, you can look for more money, but keep in mind that the opposition to Neptune is going to be foggy, unclear, dissolving, delusional, deceptive type energy. So don't be surprised if there's a lack of clarity relative to money and finances for you on that day. So, and it's an opposition. So it's likely there's going to be difficulty in getting something done. The money is still coming, but there's just going to be some confusion. Now remember, just because it's an uncomfortable transit doesn't mean the money is not coming. Wait it out and see what happens. There's a 7-degree orb, so remember, it might take a little while for the situation to become clearer. The 7-degree orb is just the window that's open for the money to show up, and that's probably going to be through like a triggering event. This transit is likely going to trigger something, and if you're paying attention, you'll be able to take advantage of the situation to increase your prosperity. Okay, November 6th, Venus trine Pluto. If Pluto and Venus are both money planets for you, this is a fantastic day for an event to bring you more money. Venus is getting ready to move into Libra. Saturn is now direct, and stability will be reestablished. And the trine aspect to powerful Pluto makes this a great day for something good to happen with money. November 22nd, Venus opposite Chiron, emotional disruption. So Venus is in Libra, like we mentioned, and Chiron is not a money planet. Chiron is an asteroid, and the energy is just awful. There's a lot of Pollyanna astrologers that want to sort of gloss over Chiron. Chiron sucks. Chiron is an asteroid, but it's in aspect to Venus. So if you're trying to make some sort of money thing happen on this date, look out for some old wound getting reopened. There could be some emotional gunk that gets dragged up from the past because Chiron is about reopening old wounds. And that's really the only reason I'm mentioning it, is that it, and I expect that I will elaborate on this. I expect eventually I'll be able to tell a lot more about the whole month relative to money, because I don't see how, for example, your money planets are going to work if they're in a negative aspect to something like Chiron and in a sign where they're in their detriment. So like I said before, Venus is in detriment in Virgo, so she's kind of hampered. Venus Chiron could affect money. Just watch out for just some upsetting news or some old stuff coming back from the past. Ride it out. Don't make any drastic moves. Be aware of what's happening. She moves quickly, so this energy is going to pass within a day or two. This may tie in with the Libra South Node stuff going on. Just ride it out. November 28th, Venus opposite North Node, adjustments required. So again, North Node is not really a money, North Node's not a planet, it's a point, and it's not really in this money system, in the cosmic cash flow system, but with an opposition to Venus, it signals opposition to your plans. And because it's in aspect to a money planet, I just think we should pay attention to it. It's not a bad transit. It's just saying that there's some adjustment needed in where you are going to need to get aligned with the North Node, your future direction and your values. So remember, the North Node in Aries is signaling individuation and following your own path. The South Node is in Libra, draining away. The nodes are points, not planets, and so it could be that something you are doing is draining you because the South Node is about the old way of doing things. You may also get a whiff of something that seems off. This could be related to someone you have a relationship with, not just romantic, but any kind of work or any kind of relationship, really. You may already know that things are kind of breaking down, and this might just be the day that things get triggered in order to get you on the right path. So if you dig deeper, you may uncover something you need to let go of. All right, I hope this information serves you in your journey. Please check out Cosmic Cash Flow to get your reading with me. I have a couple different tiers. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.